But either way, we go into the draft. House of Gamers and Born Incomplete. First pick and ban will go to House of Gamers. Let us see what they can bring us today in terms of a show.
The immediate
Radiant
mix
team
ban.
ban.
I really do like that because, especially the versatility of the hero, it can be played in pretty much every role. Obviously, really with the exception of the one role. However, with a sort of a tri-core lineup, it is
10
feasible.
seconds remaining.
But just really devastating in sort of the mid stage of the
5
game,
seconds remaining.
where you have to play a different style against it. Because you can't be by yourself,
Radiant
because you'll be
team
picked
ban.
off.
Well, we do see the Invoker ban out as well from Born Incomplete, followed up by a Batrider ban from House of Gamers. Batrider back in the ban post. You don't generally see it banned these days due to the nerfs it took.
Radiant team pick.
The Ancient Apparition first pick, I completely agree with. The Chilling Touch is so strong, and the Ice Blast being able to shut down any sort of healing from the other team, and just brings you a sort of execution ability with the Ice Blast.
That's if they're on point. But the immediate pickups from Born Incomplete of Visage and Clockwork. Now, this is a combination I like. Visage, he can bring all manner of burst damage to the table, especially in a tri-lane, and a Clockwork, who can set up these fights. Long-range hookshot, cogs to disrupt the battlefield for up to 8 seconds, and Battery Assault to add all of the nasty damage to the table. Followed up by that Rubik. Rubik is going to, of course, be a pain in the ass for the Visage, being able to steal Grave Chill, Soul Assumption, Hookshot, should it be a viable steal. Not only that, it also deters Born Incomplete from picking up those bigger teamfight ultimates. Deters them from, say, picking up a Tide or picking up a Earthshaker. Rubik, one of my favourite heroes for this reason. He can cause so much chaos in a teamfight. And we are seeing a Lycan ban, which is slightly unusual.
I really, really like that. With the resurgence of Lycan into the general pool, you really can't have this Ancient Apparition and the Rubik and then be up against a Lycan. His walls will find you and kill you.
5 seconds remaining.
Because of their low right-click damage, even though the wolves did lose their armor, their magic resistance was increased, which means the Ancient Apparition and the Rubik have even less defense up against these wolves now.
Well, with a Lyca ban out and a Mirana ban out, Mirana ban I understand to all degrees, as well as the Ember Spirit.
Radiant team ban.
Long-range sniping heroes being taken out of the pool as well, by the looks of things.
Radiant
Weaver
team
now taken out, so no off-lane Weaver, no split-push Weaver, no Desolator Weaver. And in all honesty, Born Incomplete banning the Weaver. Clockwork generally has high enough armor. Visage can survive through his Gravekeeper's Cloak. I'm not actually sure why Born Incomplete are banning out the Weaver, unless they're looking to pick up something a little squishier.
10 seconds remaining.
Or just don't want to deal with the Weaver full
5
stop.
seconds
I mean,
remaining.
high armor usually shuts down the Weaver.
Reserve time.
One of the things that is a really difficult thing with the Weaver and their picks so far is they don't have any really solid lockdown for him. You've got a slow Battery Assault.
Dire team pick.
Obviously, with the Hookshot as their only solid stun as of currently, so the Weaver would be quite difficult to lock down because he might catch you in the cogs, but he can time us out of that.
Well, we do
So I
see the
see where they're
Luna's
going with
pick up.
that.
Now, the Luna with the Visage I do really like. High burst damage potential. Looking for the Soul Assumption Lucian Beam. And we could be looking for a Vengeful Spirit here, it occurs to me. Vengeful Spirit, the aura would be nice, the stun, high burst, and of course the swap.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, the swap would be really nice. In this situation, I don't think they can take a hero that has sort of sufficient healing, because the Ice Blast will be able to counteract that. And
Radiant team pick.
however, with the Storm Spirit pickup, it does make the life a lot more dangerous for this Luna. Because often how you play as a Luna, you can just once you've got your BKB, you are almost indefinitely safe. But Storm Spirit can jump you with that Orchid, with that Lightning Vortex, and kill you before you're actually out of any sort of crowd control. So the Storm
10
Spirit
seconds
pickup does
remaining.
really throw this Luna into the mix, but
5 seconds remaining.
a really defensive support with some sort of lockdown would be really crucial here. I
Reserve
actually
time.
think a Shadow Shaman would be really nice to pick up here. Not only are you going to get those long disables, you are going to get the Serpent Wards, which will help with like the pushing potential.
Well, pushing potential aside, the Shadow Shaman has a problem of being inherently squishy and very vulnerable to the obvious pickup of the Orchid for the Storm Spirit. That combined with a Rubik who can easily steal a Mass Serpent Ward, I find that to be a very haphazard pick. It depends, of course, how House of Gamers run this Rubik, but if Rubik is moving around with a 4-staff high mobility and a 4 roll instead of a 5, then he'll be much more scary, and we do see the puck pick up to go against the Storm Spirit. The Life Stealer as well pick up by House of Gamers for their hard carry. I do like the combination of Open Wounds and Ancient Apparition with Cold Feet and Telekinesis on the pick. That makes a very devastating, potentially aggressive tri-lane, which can stand up to a Luna, hands down.
I think using the Ancient Apparition in that tri-lane, it could actually become
Radiant
quite
team
even.
pick.
Because the nuke damage from a Lunar Visage +1 is a lot greater than anything a Lifestealer, Rubik, and Ancient Apparition is going to pull out. And the Radiant Tri-Lane will have still some decent right-click to be able to try and go up against the Chilling Touch. So I think that could be a really interesting try-on-try.
10 seconds remaining.
But we'll see where they want to go with this, because it's really going to depend on the last support
5
picked up
seconds
for
remaining.
Born Incomplete. House of Gamers banning the Chen and Born Incomplete, replying with
Reserve
the
time.
Timbersaw ban.
I look at Born Incomplete's lineup and I only think of one hero at this point, Bane. Naga is, again, a very good choice. The high disable is what I was thinking. Bane, Nightmare. That person's down for 6 seconds. Naga, Ensnare, just as good. Lets the Clockwork get on top of the target. Or the Visage to Grave Chill, but either way, high disabled times. What we were looking for, and that's what we get. Born Incomplete, very solid draft. I want to see how they're going to decide to lane this. Do they want to try aggroing? Because they technically can with a Visage. Visage loves tri-lanes. It's his entire
10
purpose.
seconds remaining.
Now, House of Gamers for their final pick to respond. We're looking for a potential
5
offlaner or
seconds
solo
remaining.
safe. Something large cooldown based for
Reserve
ultimate
time.
teamfight would be good. Tide, maybe on the safe lane solo, can work. We've seen that quite commonly of late, actually.
I would actually prefer to see something that could transition into a really strong mid-game core, because you've got this Storm Spirit Lifestealer bomb, and if they put something like a Bounty Hunter here, their sort of pick-off potential and their ability to snowball through the game would just increase exponentially.
Well, a Clinks could work in that respect for
Yep.
the solo safe. Other options that fit that lineup are limited, and the problem with Clinks would be his relatively low HP until he gets up to the 6. Other things we could think about with the Clockwork on the enemy team, Elder Titan. Elder Titan does work to a very good extent on this setup. Not only does he bring large amounts of AoE damage through his Earth Splitter, he can set up fights with Stomp, he brings massive negative armor to the table, which Lifestealer will love, Storm Spirit will love, and it'll make it easier for Ancient Apparition to land those devastating Frost Blasts.
Yeah, that would be a really nice pick.
10
But I
seconds
think
remaining.
the Clockwork versus if they did run an aggressive tri-lane, either
5
one of the
seconds
lanes,
remaining.
the 1v1 matchup would be at ends. I mean, I'm going to go with the Nature's Prophet, which I do like that. It's a lot safer. Gives you a mid-game call that you can move into the mid-game with, and you can split push. If things aren't going your way, you can split push and take off people with the Storm Spirit and the Lifestealer bombs.
Aye, and as we can see the pickups here, I'll introduce the lineup of House of Gamers. We have Nota on the Rubik, we have Key on the Ancient Apparition, we have Malum on Lifestealer, we have Sash Corsage. I am horrible at pronouncing anything that is remotely Swedish. Bear with me, guys. I think it's Sash Korasaj, something similar to that. We'll call him Saj for now because it makes my life easier. And finally, we have Maglev Gank Train on the Nature's Prophet, and I have seen him play a hell of a Prophet in the past. On the flip side of this coin, we have Jalopy on the Luna. We have Trash on the Naga Siren, which will be one to watch. We have Siege on the Visage. We have Fisk I Nylan on Clockwork, and finally we have Lacat on the Puck. I believe open mics need to be enabled.
Yeah, I think it was enabled. I think there's a slight little problem with that. Sometimes happens.
Well, settings don't sometimes save between games for going into this.
"30 seconds to battle."
Now we do have, in terms of lanes, a tri-lane top versus a solo Clockwork. How much the Clockwork's going to be able to get from this lane will be the key thing. We do have Trash and Siege looking to rotate around and try to get a gank on the mid lane when gong sounds. And we do have a solo Luna down here for now. The support should rotate down and help him out as soon as possible. But he's up against Maglev Gank Train. A devastating off-lane need to profits. If he can get any semblance of gold, this is going to be very rough for Luna on that lane. Trash and Siege.
Sorry. What I wouldn't be surprised to see is actually Trash and Sedge actually just straight up stay towards the top side and leave Luna at the bottom solo. A very strong solo. It is. They were going to send the Nature's Prophet onto the hard lane, so actually they do have a movement into the mid lane with the smoke.
Well, there's this gank that we were looking for, and Saj will most likely take a fall here. All it'll take is one soul assumption, but Puck does blink in and does clean up the kill. Will he go down to the tower, though? Yes, he will. It's a counter kill for a little too much in terms of aggression. Siege, however, picking up that first blood, looking to hopefully get components towards a medallion, I should think. Medallion is a very nice pickup for a Visage. Just that negative armor does help out greatly. Now, with Lacat and Saj both having a death each, this will be very interesting. Puck will have a little bit of an experience advantage for being near that kill, but actually not all that much of one, due to the fact that 3 heroes did share that.
Yeah, and there is a massive wage coming in onto the Storm Spirit's tower.
Well, Storm Spirit will look to pick up that as much as possible, and we have a slight lag issue, which I'm hoping won't be a recurring theme throughout this game.
The Naga is moving up onto the bottom lane, however. But actually, the Treant, which is a nice placement from the Prophet, will scatter him out. Also, the Observer Ward, which was placed for the Gong, will scout that out as well. So some way to play safely for Nature's Prophet.
Well, in this lane, if Nature's Prophet doesn't have this ward, he is effectively dead. And Maglev will see this coming, and he's not going to want anything to do with it. I expect him to actually go back, and when he realizes that Trash is going to be down here on that Naga, he might even rotate into jungle, because this is not the kind of lane he wants. He can get locked down by Trash, obliterated by Luna. Lucian Beam will also interrupt the teleport from Maglev. I don't see this being viable for him in the long run.
I actually think he's actually going to stay down here, at least for a short while, use up these, get some clarities down, and disrupt the pulls and such. There we go. That's was unfortunately not able to get all the neutrals onto that tree and was not able to disrupt that pull. But this is what he's going to do. With that boots and the ward scouting out the rotations, he can play quite safe while also trying to play aggressively.
Well, he seems to be okay down here for now, as long as he doesn't get caught out by the Naga. We'll be, of course, keeping an eye on Maglev here, because it's exactly an easy lane for him, and he's trying to stop the pulls as best he can. Does manage to grab the creeps and pull them through, stop them being denied completely from him. Up on the top lane, we do have Fisk. He's not doing particularly well. He's 0 for 0. He's level 2, which is a little bit of experience that he could have been denied by aggressive presence from Key and from the neighborhood Rubik Nota. Maglev being forced back a little bit by a Grave Chill. Now, for the Clockwork in this lineup, any gold he gets will be just a bonus. He honestly needs to find level 6 as quick as he can, so as much experience as possible he wants. I'm going to try to force Magellan back, but these rockets are going to be very low level for now, so there's going to be very little he can do about that. You have a potential smoke coming out from Key and Nota. They want to try to get a kill onto the Clockwork or the Puck. Now, the Clockwork is far too close to the tower, they know this. So, their ideal solution will be to go on Lakat. Lakat, however, as a Puck, is going to be highly evasive. But they will walk straight into Fisk. Now, Fisk can potentially turn and fight this if he can get the battery assault off, but he doesn't have battery assault yet, which will spell his inevitable doom. Fisk will go down to Ancient Apparition. If he had battery assault, he might have been able to turn around and get one kill because of the constant ping damage and mini stuns that come through from that. It also allow him to get off a good number of right clicks.
Yeah, it is a really nice amount of damage, even at such an early level. But one of the things it does do is actually, it does slow them in there trying to gank the Puck. It would have been a lot more problematic for Born Incomplete if they were able to kill this Puck, who was starting to have a bit of an issue up against the Storm Spirit during the early phase, as the lane was pushed really aggressively up onto the high ground for the Dire. So it was a really dangerous spot for her to be in for most of the early portion of the game.
Well, right now, we do have full phase boots up already for the Lifestealer. He got those at around the 3-minute 20 mark, so that's going to start to cause many problems for Clockwork, and it's sort of a sign of things to come. If Lifestealer can continue to freeform like that, I personally don't want to be fighting against him. He's already got 2 points up in open wounds, so the range is there, so he can catch a Clockwork. He's got the rage, he's got the feast, so he's going to be hitting like a truck, and he already hits for, well, when you count feast's damage, over 100.
Haste!
Now they're going to look for Maglev on the bot lane. Trash just going to force him out of the jungle. Maglev continuing to be a pain down here. I do quite like this play.
Yeah, it's a with the advantage of the boots, even though Nugget does have that massive movement speed, just base at 320, it's still 25 behind that Nature's Prophet, so the escape path is still available for you.
Well,
but he's just able to do so much for so little, and probably will start rotating into the jungle now. He's disrupted enough, and I think he's got an experience advantage, or at least level advantage, for his own support.
In the meantime, mid lane, the orb does come through. The Dream Coil will drop. Can it bring down Soj? Yes, he can. And he's going to find a free courier if he wants it. No, he doesn't manage to get the attacks on it.
Was a TP in from the Visage.
It wasn't necessary, though, in the end.
No.
Bit of a waste of a TP, but this is the threat a Puck can prove.
Yeah, I think what he was really going for was sort of a counter TP. He was getting ready in case any of Homer Gamers did decide to TP in.
Well, speaking of House of Gamers, Nota and Key, they want to try to get the kill on Lakat, and Lakat isn't exactly an easy target. However, Orb is now on cooldown, Phase Shift is on cooldown. They in-come Siege from the side, looking to try to bring down Soj, but doesn't manage to do so. One Fade Bolt will be enough to clean up the Visage, and finally Lakat will go down to a long-range jump from Storm Spirit, and that is a massive swing back in favour of House of Gamers.
Yeah, that was a really, really big counter game for them.
Well, at this point in the game, considering Storm Spirit's now going to start looking to rotate, go for runes, Hog Key will find himself some experience. Now, he's going for many points up in Chilling Touch, which is going to be a devastating amount of right-click added to the general damage coming out of the Storm, which isn't exactly a small amount, we'll add. I mean, Storm has got his bottle and boots right now, and he's already hitting for before you count Overload, which he's actually maxing first, which I find slightly strange. He's hitting for over 70 already. Now, generally we'd see the earlier points come up into, there we see, more points in Electric Vortex. 3 points in Electric Vortex will guarantee whoever he grabs will be dragged back into any static remnant that he heaves. Generally why I find it slightly odd that we see the more points in Overload. Any thoughts on that one?
I've seen this quite a lot, and it's something I've started doing myself, putting more points in Overload or Electric Vortex, depending on your opponent. Overload actually will do more in the short run, because not only is the Static Remnant that 70 mana at the first level, so it's easier to spam out. Not only the activation range is actually quite short, so unless you've got a Vortex going on, you're not dealing any damage with the Static Remnant. So it's easier just to use a Static Remnant on a creep and just auto attack with the Overload to provide just harassment damage. And not only that, is once you do get your level 6, you just use little ball lightnings and you're able to get a proc off that Overload and do extra damage.
Well, we do have Puck starting to rotate around the map. Storm Spirit's also got a haste rune on the go right now. And with full power treads coming up for the cat, I wonder what we're going to be looking for. The early Blink Dagger would be the ideal choice here, but he's looking just for aggression and ganks at this point. Saving up that gold if he's not farming it in the mid lane is going to be quite difficult considering the lineup they're against. Sure, you can gank the Storm Spirit when you've got support rotating in. You can't really gank Maglev because of how defensive he's playing and how well he's playing. In fact, he's not actually died down here. And on this top lane, you're against a Ancient Apparition and a Rubik. So if you go up here and try to get a kill on one of these two, Malum is just going to turn around and right-click your face off. It's not generally a lane you can gank very easily, and they're actually going to take the tier 1 on this lane. We do have Puck rotating up, but it's going to be too little too late, surely. I can see this tower going down before he even gets...
Yeah, the tower will go down.
In comes a TP, however, from the Nagasarin. Can they stop this? Does Trash have Song? No, he doesn't. And now there's the Telekinesis. Frost Blast coming in. Huge damage to Trash. Can they find a counter kill on Key? Yes, they can. But now Malum is just looking for whatever damage he can. Lakat does get the double, bringing down the Rubik as well in the tree line. And Malum can't actually chase far enough due to that Dream Coil.
That's not gonna hold.
That was a really nice play coming out of the Puck there. Just skipping over the Ice Blast. Was able to phase shift and then illusionary jaunt out of that and into where the Rubik and the Ancient Apparition were, just completely bypassing that life stealer. Well, it was really unfortunate for the Naga that she wasn't not even able to get off the ensnare onto the life stealer. Ended up just TPing in, just got telekinesis and then shot down, and there was nothing. Really didn't achieve much except as a damage soak.
Well, I'll also say Rubik was slightly out of position there. He got caught by an AoE silence, which didn't exactly do him any favours. That's what actually killed him. And now, Saj needs to be careful. He's taking a large amount of right-click from that Puck, and Puck isn't exactly weak when it comes to right-clicks. Puck easily doing 88 damage right now per hit. Of course,
yeah, the Storm Spirit knowing that if the Dream Coil's down, there really isn't any way for the Puck to kill him if he's above, say, 600 health, because he can just zip away.
Rubik and Key, Notar and Key trying to chase down the loop. That's not exactly an easy kill.
We're going to see an Ice Blast coming into the mid lane. If it hits the Puck, the Storm Spirit would jump the node just off the mark. But something to make note of, the supports for House of Gamers are getting a lot more farm. You've got a Ogre Club up on this Ancient Apparition.
That's going to be signs of an early Aghanims. And Aghanims on Ancient Apparition is by far one of the best ones in the game at this current point in time. Each other is lurking in the smoke. Yeah, this is going to be very dangerous for Saj if he gets caught out of position here.
Also, in terms of itemization, the Luna has opted to go for a Yasha first. So no Midas, no Helmet Dominator, going straight for the Midas. So really trying to accelerate the farming in the
Jump in on Lakat in the mid lane, Saj doing huge damage, but in comes the Clockwork Hookshot, stunning him out, and a huge counter kill. That engagement, not ideal. Lakat does manage to dodge the Frost Blast once again, and Nota will take a fall. Lakat killing spree right now.
What time is it?
And Clockwork finding the kill on the Rubik there as to boot. This is not really the kind of engagement House of Gamers want to find, and if Born keep finding rotation after rotation and getting counter kills whenever the Storm Spirit tries to be aggressive, it's going to go quite heavily in their favour. But the one thing we cannot not count in this game is Maglev. He's continuing to farm up, he's got his phase. I'm wondering if we're going to see a straight Shadow Blade and look for split push here in this game, or if we're going to see the Midas.
The what I what I would have preferred to see out of Maglev was actually just come into that fight. With phase boots and a really fast auto attack animation and a nice range, he could have easily picked off 2 heroes, the Puck and I think the Clockwork in that engagement, and would have been able to put the Sprout up and give the Lifestealer enough time to move in. Because that's why you go the phase boots early on the Nature's Prophet, is to be able to gank up. Because you can just move and use that long range auto attack to just attack everywhere. But so far we haven't seen any sort of movement come out from this Nature's Prophet, apart from just rotating around the jungle and such forth.
Well, he's trying to get as much farm as he can in a limited space of time, so I wonder if we could even see a mech on him. We have a mech coming up on any of the supports.
We do see a Lifestealer bomb came onto the Clockwork into the from the Rubik.
But now Lakat is in the mix, going to look for a counter kill. Does manage to bring down one. Dream Coil dropped on Malum, but in comes the TP, cancelled by a Lucent Beam. There was no rage. Malum's going to take a fall here.
Yeah, he didn't have the mana for the rage or even the cooldown. Still waiting on about 7 seconds. He was really banking on the Luna not having mana for it, because Lucent Beam is actually quite a high mana cost, 120 mana. When your overall pool is only sitting at 400.
Radiant's bottom tower was always the weakest tower.
They are just going to trade the towers, and it will be a BKB rush coming up for the Storm Spirit, so just wants to be able to block all of that damage coming out of the Puck.
Don't want to really be caught by the Luna either. Eclipse, and trying to gank a Luna who can Eclipse is not exactly the easiest kill. You also throw in the magical damage coming out of Siege and Trash. It does add up. He's probably going to go the BKB first and then the Orchid, but Orchid is certainly going to be on the cards. Otherwise Puck will just keep phase shifting, and it is a Midas coming out of Maglev.
I wouldn't actually be surprised to see him go BKB into the Scythe rather than skip the Orchid.
On the Storm Spirit?
Yeah, because the silence will only really be effective on the Puck, and then she'll just buy Yules. We do have a Lifestealer bomb inside the Storm Spirit, and if he catches this Puck sitting under that tower, they will be picked off.
But we've already seen him play aggressive. We know he does not mind taking these fights, and we're going to see the jump in. That's the question. We do have much support on the back foot of this fight, though. Fisk is lurking nearby, and he has that ever so accurate hook shot. I don't think we've seen a miss yet.
There's a smoke on the Naga and the Visage moving up via the top lane. They're going to group up with the Luna to pick off the Rubik. So that'll be a really easy kill for them to take up there.
And Visage just getting more and more gold now. He's... Oh, as we see Fisk getting caught out by that Lifestealer bomb. Down he goes. There's no chance of that. In comes the Song of the Siren to try to save his life, but it's not enough. It's too late. As the Ice Blast does go forward and catch Trash as well. Are we going to see aggressive jump? The fact he got hit? No, I don't think we will. As I was about to say, let's take a quick look at Visage's items. He's got 800, 900 gold in the bank available to him, so, as well as full Tranquil Boots. So it raises the question, are we going to see a mech on him or a medallion? I'd personally like to see a medallion, and we do have a full Manta style coming up for Luna as well.
I would like to see the medallion as well, but I think it would be more efficient for the Visage to get the mech, because the Naga is just as much of a good medallion carrier, though it is going to go for those arcane boots, because they are really lacking some sort of mana regeneration.
Well, it seems Note is going to be caught out.
Sneaky. We'll run it into the... Actually, the Naga did miss him.
Oh,
He's
wow.
going to be catched out by the familiar...
middle tower is under attack.
No, the
Now he has
been.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Ninja tactics not paying off this time, Nota.
And another kill going up for that Luna, who's really starting to get some really high level of items. And the Sentry is going to be really useful for blocking just the Ancient stacking from the Luna. And that's not going to be scouted out for another 30 seconds or so.
Middle tower is all alone in the world, being attacked.
Well, as we continue through this game, we're starting to get into the territory where team fighting will be a very common occurrence, as Lakat needs to be very careful. Under the Ice Blast, he is quite easily food for that Storm Spirit. And I'm surprised we aren't seeing more rotations as a 5-man group from House of Gamers. Maglev continuing to just, well, be Maglev. He's got 1,500 gold, this is Midas. I'd hope we're looking for... it seems we're going Necrobook instead of
Yeah,
Shadow Blade.
Necrobook is currently a lot stronger than going for a Shadow Blade.
Jump in, however, on Clockwork. Fisk, bad way, gets telekinesis up as well. There's no chance of him escaping this, surely. He does manage to use a stick, and they actually let him get away.
Yeah, with the puck there, with the Dream Coil up, he would have been able to do enough damage, and then for the potential for some supports to TP in. And with the wand, it was enough to keep him alive.
I still find it odd that they actually didn't continue that. They could have got that kill, and at least Saj could have, and then ball lightninged away. But now going for Malum, we've got words failing me. We do have a armlet on Malum, as well as a belt of strength. So I'm wondering, Sanjin Yasha maybe? Heaven's Halberd?
I think it's more likely to be building into that Skull Basher. Just going that belt of strength to be able to get that tank ability, and we'll save up for the 2500, and then just straight up buy the Skull Basher.
Oh.
Because there's a lot of sort of jumping abilities and things to be able to stun you and lock you in place.
Well, Jalopy's starting to get very aggressive. He wants to come forward and push this lane. He does have the Clockwork present. He's also nearby got Trash.
Meanwhile, the puck out the bottom lane with the familiar birds chasing down that Nature's Prophet, so they know where he is. Nice familiar drops.
Yeah, Blink Dagger forward. Silence, however, does miss. Orb won't, though. Maglev should be able to escape. No, the Dream Coil is dropped, and down goes Maglev.
That was a beautifully timed Dream Coil, delaying for the last possible second. Meanwhile, we did see a engagement at the top, the Storm Spirit taking down Visage.
Well, doesn't think Rubik's going to be surviving this one. How's the Gamers losing the Rubik once again? Rubik's not having a very fun game. Currently 1-6. With a BKB potentially coming up on Jalopy as well. I want to say the window is closing for House of Gamers. If Luna can get this BKB up, then it's going to be very hard for House of Gamers to find a kill on her.
Yeah. Have you seen the net worth difference between this Lifestealer and the Luna?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I have now.
That's got to hurt.
Lifestealer versus Luna, that's a 3,000 difference. Actually, let's take a look at the graph and show the difference between the teams right now coming up to the 20-minute mark.
Is almost pretty much zero, and it's been saved by this Luna being able to just match most of the opponent's team. This Ancient Apparition sitting on a lot of gold for the support position. We'll be looking at that Aghanim Scepter in 1200 gold.
In comes a TP from Malum. Going to try to go on Jalopy, and with the Eclipse stand, Rage doesn't really care. He will find the pick-off with the armlet and the extra damage coming from that, but in comes Saj and will manage to at least do some more damage, forcing the blink away from Puck. They'll get a counter kill onto Maglev. Now Trash, Siege, both
stolen.
very low HP.
Hook shot stolen.
Uh-oh.
Level 2 hook shot on this Rubik.
Well, this sounds to me like Lifestealer Bomb.
Dire's middle tower has been denied.
As if they didn't have enough options anyway. But the Storm Spirit is going to zip back to the base, and this is
Oh, the cat. The cat finds an Ota. That hook shot, not going to be a factor anymore.
You can.
But that early BKB out of the Storm Spirit completely nullified that Luna, and then if you take that into the Rage, the Luna popped the Eclipse and no beams hit. It just was flying around looking pretty. The Naga will die to this Ice Blast.
Do it with flair.
Very
Nice
nice snipe from Key there.
And now that's accelerated is Aghanim Scepter, now sitting only 800 gold away from that.
When that Aghanims comes up, that's going to be a very big problem for Born. At least until they all get BKBs up. Speaking of BKBs, Luna does have enough to buy her Mithril Hammer, and from there is only 900-ish gold away.
Yeah, so sitting fairly close, like farming up the jungle or just rotating around the lanes would be enough to be able to pick it up. But some beautiful trinket placement coming out of Maglev being able to just lock down some vision over the entire Radiant jungle.
He clearly has the micro skills necessary, as Sag will be forced to ball lightning away. He doesn't want anything to do with this. But Fisk is ready with that hookshot. Should he find the opportunity, he will engage this.
He is unlikely to engage sort of that position because he has no idea what the other three heroes were. They were close by, but there was no sort of mention of them on the map. And the Lifestealer did go in for that Skull Basher, which we were looking for.
So do you think this is going to be a straight Abyssal Blade, or are we going to look for at least a Hyperstone or some attack speed?
Yeah, I think he's just gonna go for that. Just quick Skull Basher to be able to get at least a chance of some lockdown, and now he's gonna move into like an Assault Cuirass. Because the rate that Luna's gonna start hitting people, he really needs that armor up. Only sitting on 9 armor really does need the extra armor from the AC. But we are going to see a Lifestealer infest into the Storm Spirit, and we'll see where he wants to make a play.
Well, Clockwork would be a nice juicy kill, so would the Visage, but they don't have any vision on that high ground.
Yeah,
instead, they're going to go straight,
well.
yeah, straight onto that Clockwork. Storm Spirit easily enough to bring down that in combination with the AA and the Lifestealer. This should be an easy tier 1. However, in comes the TP from the puck, and Trash is here. They have Song of the Siren. Are they going to try to make a play off this?
I think they're more focused on keeping up this tower, or at least trying to be able to get a safe deny on that.
I don't think there's any such thing as a safe deny when a Lifestealer bomb is present.
Lifestealer bomb down for at least a minute, however, and the BKB is now up for the Luna. This is where they need to make a play with this. Luna close to being able to get that level 16, so the level 16 Eclipse is absolutely massive. I mean, the level 3 Eclipse. That would be an impressive Eclipse to be able to be used.
Has fallen.
It's 100 beams over like 20 seconds.
Yeah, pull the other one. Well, with 2,200 gold for Malum, are we going to see the Hyperstone pick up? I don't think so. I think he might actually go straight for the Abyssal Blade right now.
Do it with flair.
Just to be able to lock down Luna through that BKB. They have nothing else that really does go through the BKB. Now,
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Dire's middle tower
There is a
is under
possibility,
attack.
but I just think he just needs something that can come online a lot sooner. And it is the Mystic Staff up for the Storm, and the jump is there.
Lifestealer bomb, they go straight for Siege. Siege can get shredded here before he can get any Solar Assumption off, that'll be huge. He's on no HP, there, double kill for Sag. Now looking for more. Lecat, gonna just be able to dance away it seems. They don't really want to pressure this.
The Luna didn't even try in turn with...
Hook shot, however, comes forward. Sag in a bad way. Dream Coil will drop as well, but Orb not soon enough. They needed to silence that Storm while he was still stunned. They should get a tier 2 from this, but they won't get anything else.
I'm really surprised with
Dire's middle
that
tower is no
engagement. The
longer
Luna
a
didn't,
liability.
after they jumped in, the Luna didn't turn around with the Manta and the BKB and use the Eclipse. They just went, no, I'm out of here, and just left. That was a really good opportunity to pull off a fight, and I'm really surprised they didn't take it.
I think that might have been a slight miscommunication on the team right now.
Also, the Clockwork didn't use his Force Staff to try and save any of the supports. If he had pushed the Naga away, the Naga was able to would have been able to sleep, and they would have been able to like regroup and just like sort of just try and take the engagement now to their favor. Now the burst has gone. Well, we are just going to see the Luna picking up just more farmers, another couple ancient stacks.
One thing that I'm going to point out here, Lecat has 3,600 gold. This is Scythe of Vice territory right now, and you and me both know when a team pick up their Scythe of Vice, that is a huge opening for them. Just
Also,
having that one bit of extra CC.
Yeah, it's going to be the Scythe of Vice coming out for the Storm Spirit as well. Did pick up that Mystic Staff just before that fight. We do see a blink in...
Yeah, Maglev is in a very bad way right now. A couple of right clicks. No chance that he's going to escape that one. Wicked 6 spree up for Lecat right now. He is just doing work this game. 8, 2, and 4, 127 CS, and second on the net worth. But then again, if we look at the net worth right now, well, it's quite a scary feat. Luna topping that with near 13.5k.
It's scary if the Luna gets involved. Like we saw in that last fight, the fight was over and Luna did nothing. The BKB wasn't even popped.
Well, meantime, bot lane, Key getting caught out of position by Fisk. Counter kill possible due to that, that Frost
The
Blast.
kill will
And
be there.
wow, not even a counter kill. It's actually just a kill. Key actually bringing him down under the tower.
He was able to get up his Aghanims in the previous fight, the Ancient Apparition.
Well,
Also, something to point out, didn't Luna use her BKB up on the top lane?
I do not
me,
think so.
it's still
No,
showing
no,
10
no.
seconds.
It is a 10-second BKB. She didn't use it on top lane. I think you're thinking of a game we cast earlier.
Right, that's what I'm thinking of. I just remember, and
Yeah, Siege getting caught out of position by Malum.
yeah,
not
that
even
bash.
not even a contest. The bash is enough. And it is going to be a straight Abyssal Blade. 33 points. Looking for the Roshan now, but if they take this Roshan fight, it could go very, very sideways, considering we do have Puck rotating in. We've got Naga here with the Song, and a Song can completely devastate this attempt should they continue it.
Yeah, the DD rune on the Storm will be really, really useful if they do try and make a play on this. But they are just going to back out, say it's not completely safe, and a throw here could mean the entire game.
Well,
Right,
in the
some
meantime, we do have a blink forward, and there's the Scythe of Vice Malum. Scythe of Vice says, no, man, you can't go like that. Now you know there's a Scythe. You expect them to play a lot more defensively.
Yeah, the Dream Core was still dropped, which just surprised me, as there was no really way for him to get away. But still, just trying to make sure they secure that Lifestealer kill, and that knocks him down about 500 gold, and pushes that Abyssal Blade further and further out of reach.
Well, right now, yeah, Maglev needs to get the hell out of there. He had the entire team starting to rotate on him, and, well, if Puck has a Scythe of Ice as well as Dream Coil and Silence, you have to respect Puck's lethality right now.
Yep.
Let's
So
take a
if we
look.
look at the gold graph, it still is really, really quite even, with House of Gamers being able to take that advantage. And that advantage really is coming over what the Nature's Prophet is able to farm over the Clockwork.
Oh,
Well, there's a 3k difference between Clockwork and Nature's Prophet. Equally, however, there's a 5k difference near enough between the Lifestealer and the Luna,
Radiant's top tower is under
Yep.
attack. About time.
if we're
And the
just comparing
supports
similar
are
roles.
ahead.
Indeed, the supports are ahead for House of Gamers. They are finding a little bit more. Hell, when you see an Aghanims on a Ancient Apparition, it sort of says, yeah, our supports are doing pretty well, but now it's smoke time. Going to be smoking to Roshan. There is no vision down to stop them. Unless
Yeah, and-
Trash gets Sixth Sense proc now, this will go down in favour of House of Gamers, and that should be an Aegis towards Malum.
Yeah, will be the Aegis for House of Gamers. They can't get in there. Luna's saying, right, we're just going to trade that for what is like what will be her butterfly very, very
Has
shortly.
fallen to the dire.
And now Storm Spirit looking to dart in, but there's the Song of the Siren. That says no. Silence wasted.
Silence
The
wasted,
cat.
we need to get out.
Yeah, you need to be very careful of that. But it's Snake's Bomb time. Oh, this is one of the most fun things to do in games. Just, it truly terrifies the enemy. But now, this is where House of Gamers can go, okay, we can now fight. What's on cooldown? Song of the Siren. Their biggest disruption in a team fight.
Yeah, especially that long left, because it's a level 1 song, so that 3-minute cooldown.
Let's take a quick look at levels of the supports here right now. For House of Gamers, Rubik level 10, AA level 11 versus a level 9 Naga and a level 9 Visage. The supports hands down for House of Gamers are doing better.
Yeah.
Hell, we even
thing
have more
is-
ward vision for House of Gamers.
This Luna, as soon as the sort of the play comes out of her, is going to make the world of difference for the Radiant team. Going to be picking up that butterfly in about 1,000 gold, and then the Lifestealer's going to have even greater troubles trying to lock her down. House picked up that Abyssal Blade. So we'll be able to just stun her up, but still with that evasion, it will be difficult to kill down the Luna through the BKB as well, which still is a 10-second BKB, which you don't often see with a 32 minutes with a Luna.
Well, it's sort of... She hasn't really committed to a fight. The second she commits to a fight, everything changes, but in the last fights, she's had to move back because of the threat of, well, the Lifestealer. Lifestealer now has that Abyssal, so this is going to be 100% scary.
A blink into the sheep, and that will be a kill.
Well, it's a 3-man rotation. Rubik, unless you go, nope, he's down. Not a chance. You were farming in the wrong place, sir.
Yeah, some really big overextension on the farming there for Rubik. Can't stay into that position. We've got a Ghost Scepter up now for the Clockwork, so this is going to help him up against the Lifestealer, and I would like to see this come up for the Naga and the Visage as well. However, the Visage really does want to get the Aghanims, though could decide to go for that Ghost Scepter. Then we're going to see a Heaven's Halberd come out for the Naga Siren, so more evasion added into the mix. So MKB really is going to be key for this Lifestealer.
Well, we do see a 5-man rotation on this top tier too. Are we going to see a big 5v5 fight? That is the question.
The Dire's top tower
Or
is
will
doing
this tower
its best,
melt
but it
before they
doesn't
can
look
even
good.
defend it? And it is taking a lot of damage. You've got to respect the Visage. And there's the hook shot. Going to catch out the Storm. But there was a Lifestealer inside there. Not what the fight you want to take. The Ghost Scepter and Force Staff does keep him alive. But in comes the Storm. He wants to charge us down. BKB is popped. Looking to bring down damage on Trash. Can't continue this though. Will turn around. Looking to go on Gel Up. The Lifestealer will get brought down. Abyssal was not enough. As... well, Saj is still in the mix. He has no mana. That is the problem. The telekinesis up, trying to stop the chase on his friend the Storm. But Storm's turning around to get into this fight. I don't agree with this decision. Does force the Aegis. Yeah, but it's not enough. They're losing too many heroes. All 5 of them are up, and the Song is there. He shouldn't have wasted the Aegis in this position.
He can go back in.
He can, now they can. What will they get though? They potentially will get 1, but no, there's the Scythe of Vice, going to be more than enough to bring down Saj if he isn't careful. And Puck is on no life, sure. There's the turnaround, but nice phase shift. Will they manage to bring him down in time? No, they won't. And once again, Lacat is alive and kicking. However, Ice Orb, Frozen Frostblast even, long range. Would this be enough, you think? Oh, no. It wasn't thrown full range. I don't agree with using the Aegis there, personally. If they had kept hold of that Aegis and took 1 more fight, I think they would have ended up in a much better position than losing 3 heroes and Aegis.
Yeah, they did force the buyback on the Luna, but still isn't going to push her too far behind with her butterfly timing. Actually, no. Started farming that Ancient, still with the buyback penalty, did lose out on about 500 gold from that. But still, we'll have a butterfly up very, very shortly. Actually has it now. But something to point out, the Lifestealer doesn't have enough attack speed, even with that Abyssal, to kill the Luna.
No, he needs at least a Hyperstone. Ideally, we would like to see an AC. The negative armor will be a huge difference. But right now, because of a butterfly, he needs an MKB as well. He needs, what? He needs 5,000, 6,000, 10, 9,000 gold worth of items.
Yeah, it is a really difficult place for him to be in. But even if he did get the MKB, he's still got a lot of damage and a little bit of attack speed. But that True Strike would be more than enough.
Long range jump though, that's what they need to kill Jalopy. Ice Blast plus that, but now Lacat gets caught in the mix. The Abyssal Blade is more than enough to lock him down. Down goes the Puck. That is a 1,112 gold swing from that Puck. That was a monster kill spree.
And then we're sitting at 3,000 gold now for up to this Storm Spirit.
Aye, he's got his Scythe of Vice. What do we see next on him? Shiva's Guard, potentially? Lincoln Sphere? No, not Lincoln's.
I would actually prefer to see... I would like to see a Lincoln's come out of him.
What would the Lincoln's block, though?
You would blink...
Soul Assumption, Lucent Beam, Snare. I don't know, that's one that I'm sure
The thing is, you know, if you think of the change to Lincoln Sphere, yeah, you can buy it.
You can also put it on Malin. Yeah. I always forget that little niche.
And because the Lifestealer isn't going to build build Lincoln Sphere, and the regeneration does benefit the Storm Spirit.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. That's not gonna hold.
Well, right now, it looks like a mid-tier 2 going down in favour of House of Gamers. They are not out of this one
Radiant's
yet,
bottom
by
tower
any
is
stretch
under
of
attack.
the imagination. Hell, it could even be 2 tier 2s. Maglev looking to split push on his own accord. And, well, we haven't looked at him in a while. He's got 2.7k gold. He's got an ultimate orb. We could potentially see a scythe device coming up on him to boot. That would give them 2 scythes. Rubik does have that 4 staff. He's gone for the mobility route. 2.4 gold in his pocket. As Storm making panic, thinking I'm going to miss a kill. 1.4k gold available for the Ancient Apparition to boot. I should think, well, we got a Blink Dagger up for Rubik now. I should think a BKB might be useful for Key there, so he can stay in these fights a little bit longer. The Eclipse is the devastating thing that they need to contend with.
The thing with the Ancient Apparition, as long as he gets his Frost Ice Blast out, he's really not too key to that fight.
Well, the Ice Blast, potentially using the Chilling Touch as well, I think, yeah, that will add up quite quickly. And if he can get a Cold Feet onto the Clockwork while he's in his cogs, that's again a very useful thing to do.
But then you've got the Force Staff coming up for the Clockwork. But look at the gold graph after that fight. 5,000 gold change.
Well, 1,000 of that alone was the Puck kill.
Yeah.
That Puck was effectively worth as much as a tower.
Yeah, a massive amount there. And we did see
Top lane BKB is used. They're just going to trade blows, but Jeloopy is going to go down here. Or not. Jeloopy well, no, it is a kill. Counter kill though. Look out on a double. Now looking for Saj.
But that trade.
2 for 1.
The farm of that Luna, with the butterfly just dodging every shot. Clockwork throwing out a random hook, just sort of praying there. The TP out from the storm will get into safety, and we do see a ultimate orb, so I think it really is going to be this Lincoln Sphere coming out for him. Unless he's looking to go for something like a Skadi, which...
No.
The possibility is
I don't think so.
Tank ability, but the Lincoln Sphere is a lot more likely.
But if we see the Lincolns come up, then I can certainly see maybe using the clock to just get his 4 staff onto the Lincoln's target to pop the sphere.
Boom! There it goes.
They really can't afford to be wasting spells, the key spells they've got, like Ensnare, on a Lincoln's target.
One of the things I think that they're going to try and use it with is just... I personally wouldn't like to use the Force Staff against it. I would consider just using a early Soul Assumption on it. Because that's the 4-second cooldown.
Very true.
And the Force Staff will be more useful than a 0-stacked Soul Assumption.
Well, I'll just point this out. I'm taking a look at around the Radiance items. For trash, we have a Heaven's Halberd coming up with that Sanj. I love that item choice. Not only...
Look at the Visage. Just purchased off the Aghanim Scepter, but 10 seconds ago summoned Familiars. He's not going to get any use out of this item for a minimum of 2 minutes.
Aye, that is indeed a misplay coming out of Siege. That's a bit of a shame.
Yeah, we did see the Sanj come up. We did see the Sanj up for the Naga.
Yeah,
so
that's going to be a Heaven's Halberd. One of my favourite items in the game. That is... Not enough people buy the damn thing.
Yeah, I agree with you there. The Ghost Scepter up for the Ancient Apparition. Yeah, it's going to help you against the Luna, but just look at the magic damage that's going to come out. That Ghost Scepter with the pure damage from the Soul Assumption, it's going to absolutely destroy this Ancient Apparition.
And it's off.
Soul Assumption is not pure, for the record. It's magical.
Isn't it?
No, it's magical. I actually checked that one myself. I had a feeling it was magic.
Huh. Fair enough. Wasn't it pure at one point?
No. In the meantime...
Either way, it does a lot of damage.
Yeah, there is a large amount of damage. Got to be careful with the Ghost Scepter usage.
We do have the Lincoln Sphere up for the Storm Spirit. With the life steal inside him now. And also, since point now, we have no mechanism. Either team.
That I don't like the look of, but in comes a nice Force Blast. They will bring down Jeloopy before he manages to BKB. What use is a Butterfly when the target is sheeped and disabled anyway. Song of the Siren to
Where was
escape
the song
this.
for the for the, I suppose with the Rage and the BKB and the Storm Spirit, it wasn't going to make much of a difference anyway.
Yeah. Well,
But-
once the sheep stick is used, it doesn't exactly matter because if there is a life stealer with Rage up and a sheep Luna, the sheep Luna will die because you don't get your evasion when you're a sheep.
Yeah.
But it is Roshan time once again, and House of Gamers are, well, they're staying in this game, clawing and just killing whatever that Luna does that makes a mistake. She steps forward one too many steps, then comes the Frost Blast, this sheep, and she doesn't even get a chance to BKB. It's brilliant.
Whoa, what'd I miss?
Hell, they're even finding free familiars right now.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire. Impressive.
And now we have an Aegis of the Immortal on the Storm as well. That constant pest of a familiar did go down as well. And
He was going to resummon it. He has resummoned immediately because he did need to get those triple familiars up. Couldn't just carry on with the Aghanim Scepter and just running with the two. We've got 2,000 gold up for the Lifestealer, and if he did get up that plate mail, he's going to go into that Assault Courier shortly. And that will be a really big pickup for him.
well, as we're starting to get towards that late game point, I'm going to ask the question that I'm not going to answer myself. Where are your rares? On which team have you got your rares on?
I've got my rares on House of Gaming.
Fair enough. And what's your logic for that?
They're showing more sort of willingness to initiate. They're not running in, and we've also got a Lincoln's up. Okay, this is actually this is a massive change. There is now a Lincoln's on the park will always be used on the Luna.
Which is brilliant because that means they're no longer going to be that instant scythe of ice. They're actually going to have to. They're actually going to have to keep this in mind and pop it because if they waste the scythe of ice on that, that's a huge teamfight swing. Now you've seen that Lincoln's, are you going to change your opinion? As we've got Sag does pop his BKB, and well, he just wants to run the hell away. He don't want anything to do with that. But in comes the Frost Blast. Could see the potential turnaround if they decide to take it.
No, they
Maglev and
can't.
crew want
They
out of
can't
that.
like move into that with the Lifestealer up top with like sort of no jump in with the Storm Spirit having to move away and regen. That was a really big jump. 4-second BKB now on this Storm Spirit.
Well, to be fair, he needed to use it or die.
Oh yes, I completely agree with you, but just that the BKB is so low for him now, and we're still looking at 8-second BKB for this Luna.
Well, at this point in, Sag could think about leaving his BKB in the base and buying a new one since you can't sell BKBs.
Obviously, he can't sell one, but I think what he's likely to do is wait for the Aegis to drop and then just carry the second BKB with him. You still get the stats from it,
True,
even
you
if
do
you can't
still
use
get
the
the
active.
stats.
But 5,000 gold up onto his Nature's Prophet, so I would like to see a Deso come out of him right now.
Desolator would be a huge swing. I do agree, and that would also let him split push that little bit more. We haven't actually seen much of Maglev split pushing at this point.
He's not been split pushing hard, but he's never been wasting time. Always been making use of every.
Oh, there's the Lifestealer going to catch. They're going to catch the cat. The cat goes down. That's a huge kill. Now they're looking for Siege, and Siege. Oh, Song of the Siren, giving them time. But this is Sag we're talking about, and he's got a ball lightning ready as soon as that song goes down, and there it is, a jump in Siege. Big kill on him. Now in comes the hook shot, but it's nowhere near enough. Fisk, he just hook shot to his doom. And at this point, well, this is tier 3 territory. 3 heroes down. There's a Luna and a Naga up. No Song of the Siren and an Eclipse. Not going to be anywhere near enough to hold it. They can decide, okay, do we want to go tier 2 or do we want to take down a tier 3? And they're going to rotate top, considering how close the creeps are. Going to clean that up, going to take the tier 2 and potentially go tier 3 after that.
This is really what I've been like saying is just they're taking the initiative to make these engagements, and with the I would be expecting to see a Lifestealer ban in the next game.
That's not good for the Radiant.
Just because obviously you can't ban up Storm Spirit because they'll just pick Lifestealer with some like a Clockwork or a Puck. It's been the Lifestealer that they've been able to jump in and do a massive amount of damage with that has made the difference.
I do not think these teams will play each other for at least another 2 weeks again.
Oh yeah, of course. It's not
Yes,
a.
it's not two games
series.
in a row. It's
Yes.
one game
I
now, one game later.
Yeah.
The Radiant's bottom tower has seen better days.
However, I do think that the Radiant will definitely taking this into account throughout the next series of games. Is that was brutal. We either need to make the engagement first, or not let it get through.
Boom, there it goes.
Well, I will say that Trash really hasn't had a massive impact on the fight so far. Sure, he's carrying a gem now, which is going to certainly help with the constant invis threat of nothing. It's more for dewarding purposes, I guess.
Yeah, and with the illusions, he can just send them out, and you have the gem on there.
Well, we haven't really seen massive impact of the Song of the Siren either, which is one
it's
thing that concerns me.
It has been defensive, and the MKB up for the Nature's Prophet. So he's not going for that hard split push. He is going to be TPing into these
Radiant's
fights, and we have a
bottom tower is
wraparound
under
smoke
attack.
from Born.
But there's a ping. They have a feeling something's up here. They're revealed at this point in. Who are they going to find? They're not going to find anyone. Everyone's TP'd out. They're gone. Waste of a smoke. The
Yeah.
pings go out.
And it's off.
Well, AA knows about it. That Lincoln's is noted by House of Gamers. And we'll use this second just to show the graph and just show the rollercoaster this game has been. House of Gamers have always had that slight advantage, but up until the 36-minute mark, really, it was always even. And then House of Gamers started to take control, and that was that kill on the puck at that time.
Yeah.
In comes the Frost Blast. Who are they going to find? That's going to be a
It hit-
pretty
if you
big
hit
hit.
all of them.
This is the opportunity they need. That's 18 seconds of absolute frozen hell.
The Aegis has been reclaimed.
But with the Aegis reclaimed, they're going to be slightly hesitant on this. But we do have enough money to flat out buy a new BKB for Saj, should he want one.
To be honest, I don't think he is likely to pick up the second BKB. More likely to move into something like a Shiva's or something a little bit more defensive, because he really isn't taking too much magic damage. And sorry, not defensive item with the Shiva's, but if got that Shiva's, got that extra nuke damage on a single BKB for the Radiant side. And it will just do a lot more damage, and he can burst down even harder now.
Regeneration.
But we do have more smoke coming up for Siege. The thing I worry about is how much they're actually going to be able to leave their base in smoke. At this point, they're on the super defensive. Should they pick off Lifestealer? Sure, they have a good chance. But if Storm and Lifestealer are together, then it's a big problem, especially when Saj has this DD room.
Wooden pop.
Yeah, especially and you've also got the Nature's Prophet now sitting at 3600. We'll be picking up his Desolator very, very shortly. We now have that to worry about. We're going to get a full AC come up for the Lifestealer, sitting on 5,000 gold. And we're going to have a full Aghanims for the Rubik as well. So if he's able to steal like the Puck Ol or even the Clockwork, he's going to have a 12-second cooldown initiation with a blink and a force.
Plus a 5-second spell steal.
Yeah.
If Nota can get the big Rubik plays, it's going to certainly be a sight. It will be a spectacle and be entertaining. In the meantime, though, Born are really hesitant to do anything. They have played fairly passively all game, and with the exception of Lacat, who has done some amazing work with this puck. We saw a few smoke ganks, but really, in comparison to the aggression we've seen from House of Gamers, it pales in comparison.
Yeah.
And Malum is just content to farm for now. I mean, we're 51 minutes in. The late game, hell, the net worth, 24k on the Luna. I mean, the only thing Luna could really buy now to make herself better would be a Satanic, which is a direct upgrade.
Yeah.
That
Which
or
does have now.
yeah, now she has that. That or dare I utter the two words should this game go much later.
I want to see a Rapier.
I think we all want to see a Rapier, but in game one of the league, I highly doubt it.
I think we're going to see it.
Do you think that Bourne can hold on long enough where it'll be a viable option?
I think if Luna had the money now, she would buy it, and with them, she is getting money extremely quickly.
Well, AC is now present.
I think it has to be done, and we're still sitting at a 8-second BKB for this Luna.
Well, if this team fight goes sideways for House of Gamers at their racks, this is going to be a huge reversal of fortune. As look how much damage the tower comes.
The Storm will be. Storm is actually getting his own MKD. We are going to see the Ice Blast coming in.
And they're going to jump straight on Lacat. Lacat will melt under this. Now they're going to look for Jellapi. The Basher is more than enough. And now, well, Song of the Siren, they want to disengage and TP out from Jellapi. But the Scythe of Vice is there. Jellapi will go down. Not a chance. Double kill from Maglev.
With Steel on the Eclipse.
And the Stolen Eclipse just to add insult to injury.
Wow.
Not the fight they wanted. They needed to disengage quicker when that song was up. Scythe of Vice and its power cannot be underestimated, and we have seen it be effective for both teams in this game.
We are going to see probably a MKB come up for the Lifestealer very, very shortly.
You say probably. Oh, there it is. Yeah. I couldn't see the javelins. It's like, wait a second.
Oh, no. That was up for the Storm Spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was saving for his BKB in that last fight, and after it's one, it was like, alright, take it. And a nice timing on the spawn there of Roshan, greatly favouring the Storm Spirit as he was just sat there, waiting around.
Well, with Roshan going down for the third time, there is cheese in the offing this time. And with the cheese, we're going to just see the rotations and potentially the absolute carnage that House of Gamers can bring to the table.
I'm still increasingly being surprised that they are giving the Aegis to the Storm. I still think the cheese would be better on the Storm, while the Aegis would be more effective on the Lifestealer.
Are you thinking the longest range jump in the world here?
A little bit.
That's more a party trick, a one-time thing that you can do if the stars align. I think the Aegis is much better on Sash.
However, I would prefer, because I think actually no, with the addition of the MKB, the Storm Spirit is a right clicker to contend, actually even with the Lifestealer. So yeah, the Aegis is fine on him, and this is really smart coming out of the Lifestealer. He is getting a bottle being sent out to him, and he's sitting on this DD rune.
Oh, this is going to be a fun fight coming up. And you throw into that mix the fact we have a Skadi on Maglev. The game has gone late. This is what happens.
The Skadi just doesn't look right coming out of a Nature's Prophet.
No, personally it should be a Deso. They need a Deso on something. I think Desolator would do a huge amount in terms of favouring the right-click of Lifestealer, and, well, now, as you mentioned, the right-click of Sage on the Storm Spirit.
But we've got a DD rune up for this Lifestealer, so he's going to be hitting for about 500 when he pops this.
And another pause. Hopefully the lag is not back. But let's just analyse the map quick. We are going to take a quick look at the gold graph. That is a 17k lead in favour of House of Gamers. That is quite scary.
That is a 17,000 gold lead in favour of my rares.
Get the hell out! Experience-wise, that's a 20k lead in favour of House of Gamers. And what we have potential for what could be a base race, although I don't think they're going to let it go that way. Luna could split push in right now, and does she have a TP? Yes, she does in 8 seconds.
Yeah. They all have a TP. Everyone that is on the...
As there's the jump in, looking for the kill, but nice blink dagger reactions coming out of the cat. He doesn't want to get caught again.
The Luna's not leaving. Still is top. That's 4-4-5. And it will trade a Rax for a Rax.
There's a song. It's not going to be even a Rax for a Rax. Song of the Siren used to brilliant effect. First Rax of the game fall in favour of Bourne.
The Luna is TPing back. Has the BKB and Satanic and the Eclipse.
And now here comes a fight. Sage going to try to get involved. Jellapi though does get sheeped. Huge damage going on to Jellapi. Stolen Eclipse used once again. Jellapi will fall. And now looking for Fist. Fist goes down. Maglem is on the dominating spree. Double kill for Maglem. Saj, wicked sick. What a turnaround. And now down goes the Rags. Hell, down goes the Ancient at this rate. They're going straight for it. They know that they can.
GG. No buyback on the Luna. Only now buyback onto the Puck.
And GG is called.
So this will be the game 1 of the Golden Esports League. And what a way to kick off a real roller coaster of the game.
And that's just one of our 2 games tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We also have, I believe we have Turtle Masters versus 4FC. Let me confirm this.
There was a reschedule problem, so we won't be playing 4FC versus Turtle Masters. We will be tuning in